also, what we haven't recognised is that the brain can't process a negative. And yet, think about the typical language that we use day in, day out. It's full of negatives. Just think about that for a moment. You see, when I say the brain can't process a negative, if I were to say to you right now, guys, do not think of a blue elephant. The only way your brain is going to make sense of that communication is to think of a blue elephant, because the brain can't process a negative. So when you say to a customer, don't worry, it shouldn't be a problem, everyone agree that's a typical phrase that we have to use in our everyday conversations with customers, apart from the fact that, how does that achieve that? Don't worry, it shouldn't be a problem. How many times have you heard that phrase used in our type of environment? Like all the time. When somebody says to you, sorry to keep you waiting, how many times have you heard that bog standard phrase being used? But the negative is what's all powerful, because when we say to a customer, don't worry, it shouldn't be a problem, do you know how that customer's got to make sense of what you just said to them?
I'm worried.
It might be a problem.
They have to worry that there is going to be a problem. That's the only way the brain will compute that phrase that you've just given them, that piece of communication that you've just given them. So what we have to do is find a way to get rid of what we call the RIP language in FIT. And we call it the RIP language because it is that language that we are going to rest in peace. Yeah, thank you. We're going to rest it in peace because we are going to come up with ways that will have much more impact. We're going to come up with an alternative that will have a much bigger impact, meaning exactly the same thing, but that will prevent us from two things. First of all, that we won't sound like a typical call centre, because they all use those bog standard, neutral, negative phrases. And more importantly, we won't allow our customer to have an opportunity to go into negative mode.